Welcome back to the electricity part 2 video. Here we start with electric resistance represented by capital R. This is a circuit diagram where we have a cell and a negative terminal and a positive terminal, and this is a circuit connecting from negative to the positive terminal of a battery or a cell. Okay, now we know that every material is made up of atoms, and atom consists of protons and electrons as well as neutrons, isn't it? In order to make the circuit, we have used a wire, isn't it, which is connecting from negative terminal to positive terminal of a battery. So it also should contain the positives as well as negatives, right? Every body is made up of atoms, thus comprises of electrons and neutrons, protons. So now these electrons from the negative terminal, when they travel from negative to the positive, they should pass through the positives and negatives of the wire, isn't it? So when they pass, they may hit these protons or electrons of the wire, thus becoming slow, right, and reaches positive terminal, isn't it? This slowdown of the electrons or charges causes I, that is current, to slow down. I mean the amount of current is reduced. I repeat, the conducting wire has got its own protons and electrons, isn't it? It is filled with protons and electrons, this wire. Okay, remember this. And because this is a battery and we have the negative terminal and a positive terminal being connected through the wire, so the electrons start moving from negative terminal to positive terminal. During this process, they need to pass through the protons and electrons of the wire. While passing, they may hit the particles of the wire, thus causing the flow of electrons to slow down, right? In short, the slowdown of the flow of electric current is due to the wire, isn't it? So we call this as resistance. The slowing down is called resistance. Okay, so what is resistance? It is a property of a material to oppose the flow of electric current. The flow of electric current is not supported, rather it is opposed, isn't it? So it is a property of a material to oppose the flow of electric current. Therefore, if the resistance is very high, that is opposition is very high, then the flow of electrons will be slowed down, and it means the current is also reduced, isn't it? So we can say this same thing in mathematical terms as follows: I proportional inversely. Okay, so I is inversely proportional to R. Inverse here 1 by R. It is not directly proportional. I proportional to R means if the R increases, I increases. If R decreases, I also decreases. But that is not the case over here. It is inverse. See, I am writing the R downside. It means if the R increases, the I decreases. If the R decreases, then I increases. It is opposite. I and R are opposite. Okay, is it clear? Here is a slide which brings the two terminologies, that is I proportional to V, which we have learnt in the part 1, and just before this slide we have learned that I is inversely proportional to R, isn't it? If we combine these two, that is I proportional to V and inversely proportional, see inversely, that should come in denominator, isn't it? So we write inversely proportional to R. So if I send this R to the other side, it is dividing over here, there it will multiply, isn't it? So I R proportional to V. This can also be written as V equals to I R. Okay, this proportionality symbol has been changed into equal to. Okay, and how it is being changed, it is a very different topic which can be learnt later on. Okay, so V equals to IR is the equation. This equation is called Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? Ohm's law states that electric current is directly proportional to voltage. If you see here, electric current I is directly proportional to voltage and inversely proportional to resistance. Inversely means by resistance, right? Inversely proportional to resistance and directly to V. I directly proportional to V and I inversely proportional to R. See, the R is in the denominator, which means I is inversely proportional to this one. Okay, so this is Ohm's law. It is very important, based on which we will see the numericals in the coming videos. Let us wind up this video on introduction to electricity with the topic units and formulae. Okay, we all know that the milk is measured in liters. We can say the unit to measure amount of liquids is liter, right? As milk is measured in liters, we can say that the unit to measure amount of liquids is liter. In the same way, current is measured in ampere and voltage or potential difference is measured in volt. Resistance is measured in ohm. Let's see the formulae that are used to measure these. Current can be measured by using the formula I equals to Q by T. What is Q? It is charge. Charge per, what is T? Time. Charge per time is called current. The next one is voltage. For voltage to measure, we have a famous equation that is called Ohm's law equation, that is V equals to IR. If you want to have V, then you must multiply I with R. I is current and whereas R is resistance. Okay, and how to measure resistance? By using the same equation or formula, we can find the value of R, as we have seen in the video called subject of a formula, isn't it? So quickly find the formula for the R and write it in the comments below. And this R, that is resistance, can also be measured by using the formula rho L by A. This is a new topic which will be learned in the coming videos. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you. See you in the next video.